Dear Glenn, I was thinking of you this week. Working at Major League Baseball makes it inevitable that you weave in and out of my thoughts. We're forever linked as we are the only two Major League Baseball players in the 151-year history of MLB to ever publicly disclose that we are gay. It hurts that I never got to meet you. Your career ended long before mine began, and our paths never intersected. But I do know many people that played alongside you. And because of you, I've had the good fortune to become friends with your amazing sister, Lutha. On June 17th, 2015, the Oakland A's celebrated your career at their first ever LGBT Pride game. And before the game, your niece, Alice Rose, introduced me to almost 60 members of your extended family. It was easy to see the impact you made on every one of them, which had nothing to do with your baseball talent and everything to do with the kind of person you were. I stood right next to your brother Sidney as he threw out the first pitch. And then I got to watch the Oakland A's donate over $23,000 to AIDS Project East Bay in your name. I know how much this moment would have meant to you, and it broke my heart that you weren't there to see it. Coming full circle has helped me let go of much of my own personal disappointment, and I know that you were robbed that opportunity. And sadly, this week will mark 25 years since you passed away, much too young. I often think about how my life and career might have been different had we known each other, and I believe we would have become great friends. We lived the same isolation and fears while playing a sport we loved, and doing so during a time that was much different and much less accepting. I can only imagine what it would have been like to listen to your stories of baseball in the 1970s and how many mistakes your advice would have saved me from making. I would have told you about one season in winter ball in Venezuela while on a long bus ride, one of your former teammates talked about the greatest athlete he ever saw in the minor leagues, some guy named Glenn Burke. There was no mention of your sexual orientation, only that you would have easily played in the NBA or the NFL. And most importantly, I wish I could sit down with you and tell you about all the ways that baseball has changed for the better and how we would have never arrived at where we are without you. In 2014 at the MLB All-Star Game in Minneapolis, I was announced as MLB's very first ambassador for inclusion. As the commissioner announced my name, Lutha was sitting right next to me holding my hand as I got up to address the media on live television. Since that time, I've watched baseball transform itself into a leader for LGBTQ education and acceptance. Our former team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, continue to blaze a progressive trail of acceptance for all fans and professional sports. Since my return to baseball, I've personally worked with every MLB club to broaden education that fosters an inclusive and accepting clubhouse, workplace, and fan experience in all our MLB ballparks. Over the past 3 years, MLB's Shred Hate Bullying Prevention Education Program has reached almost 200,000 students across 13 MLB cities, and even hundreds of thousands more online, with many of our most dynamic superstars supporting that message and proclaiming that everyone is a part of this team. Glenn, if we were able to talk, there's so many things I would want to share with you. Most importantly, I would want to say thank you. In my heart, we are family, and I will continue to honor your memory in my fight for equality and acceptance for everybody. Rest in peace.